Samara, the National Hurricane Center just gave us an update. So what's the latest here?
All right, let's dive into it. So we have gone from Tropical Storm Helene to Hurricane Helene. It's currently a Category 1 hurricane and situated right off the Yucatan Peninsula, currently impacting places like Cancun, but you can see just how big the storm system is. This is the latest track to come out. It's going to undergo some rapid intensification. We're talking some warm water here, about 2 to 4 degrees above the average. That's the fuel it needs to strengthen. By the time Thursday morning comes, it could potentially already be a major hurricane, meaning Category 3 level. Notice how it drives into the Florida Panhandle, pretty close to Tallahassee there, but that does not mean that places like Tampa will remain unscathed. They will get some of those outer impacts. First, let's talk winds, because that's going to be one of the dire issues that we have here. Winds could reach as high as 127 miles near Horseshoe Beach as it's making landfall with those Category 3 wind gusts. But we could see wind gusts pretty high, tropical storm force winds for places like Tampa. And then that storm system pushes further inland Friday morning, taking with it some pretty strong winds as well. Storm surge, this is the other issue. Okay, so where it's making landfall, we expect the high amounts, 10 to 15 feet. But Tampa, we could see 4 to 8 feet of storm surge, maybe even a little higher in northern Tampa there, or just to the north of Tampa. So that is one thing to watch for, coupled with the heavy rainfall. Speaking of the rainfall, this is going to be a big issue, not just for the state of Florida. So what we have here is a dynamic situation going on. We have one system that's already impacting parts of Georgia today and tonight, into Tennessee, parts of North Carolina, southern West Virginia. This will lead to significant flash flooding in the red there from Atlanta up to Asheville. This is why we could have historic flooding in the coming days, because then we get what's left of Helene as it decays. It's pushing inland, coupled with that storm. Extreme risk for flash flooding north of Atlanta and that northwestern part of South Carolina into Asheville, where they could see 15 inches of rain. So this is going to be multi-leveled, very stratified situation here, Diane. But as for Florida right now, they are bracing for impact, especially in that Florida Panhandle. But I think the message I want folks to take away is, while Tampa may not be in the line of getting a direct hit, they will still be very impacted by the storm surge and heavy rain.
Samara, what are the biggest threats right now?
The biggest threats do remain to be that storm surge, where we could see 10 to 15 feet. And that could be the most deadly component of a hurricane. You know, when we get these landfalling hurricanes, especially Cat 3, we also have the issue for tornadoes. So that's something we'll probably be talking about a lot more tomorrow. But I really don't want to negate this flash flooding threat. We're talking historic flooding here, and this is going to impact such highly populated areas, not just Florida, but the storm's story continues as it pushes in to places like Georgia and North Carolina, even elevated flash risks.
Are you expecting this to linger over a particular area?
It's moving relatively quickly, so we are going to see it continue to push through. Notice that it's making its landfall around 10:30 tomorrow night, so I'm going here. So by Thursday, we're right along the Florida coastline. By Friday morning, it's already booking it into parts of Georgia, as well as Saturday morning, making it into north of Atlanta, should I say. So it's got some good speed and movement, but it's still a really strong storm. So yeah, maybe we have a weak storm and it lingers, and then we get that heavy rainfall issue. This is a storm that may be moving at a higher pace, but it's a powerful storm, and it's going to be bringing heavy rain. And like I keep saying, we cannot negate the fact that it's interacting with a system that will already be present. Diane, back to you.
So important. Samara Theodore, thank you.